Hey, this is King Firehawk from 1640 PWPR. Coming up, the Blind Tag Podcast, which is exclusive here to 1640 PWPR, the home of pro wrestling podcast radio and more.
Hello out there in podcast world. Once again, you've reached the Blind Tag. I am, of course, Big Dick Gideon alongside Kryim and Dante.
Hey. Oh, I have a voice.
Hey.
We're so bad.
No, we're fucking real people with real shit to do. So every once in a while, you know.
Sadly, we're hitting like every 2 weeks right now.
Yeah.
It's a thing that's going on right now.
Yeah, I mean, our schedule. We're busy. We're working. We're doing shit. You know.
And the thing is, it's not like podcast related. We're doing things in our lives.
Yeah, we have real life shit going on.
And
But mostly jobs.
Little getaways.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, I went to Philly last weekend, so
we can get to that in a second.
But we got a lot. Not too much. Let's talk about Money in the Bank real quick.
Oh yeah.
We'll just get that out of the way. I thought it was a really good pay-per-view.
I did too.
I'll
bring up the pay-per-view.
Yeah. I mean, I thought altogether, you know, it was well made. It was one of the better ones this year.
I think so. Yes, I would agree with that.
I mean, the ending was really surprising. When I say surprising, I mean welcomed. Okay, so
here was the dark matches. Okay, It had the Golden Truth defeating Breezango.
Which is fun. Which is the first win that Golden Truth has ever gotten.
Breezango.
And that was the comedy spot of the match where they came out
and Breezango's all sunburned and they're slapping him around, which was fucking hilarious. Okay,
that's where Mike Chioda went in, right?
Yeah, Mike Chioda came. Mike Chioda's the senior ref, okay, and he comes in for the fucking Golden Truth Breezango match. I'm like, oh, he's phoning it in today. He ain't feeling it.
He got the easy night tonight.
But and then the next one was Lucha versus the Dudleys, and if I'm not mistaken, the Dudleys went over.
No, Lucha Dragons went over.
They did.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's written.
Oh, yep, that's right. Okay, yeah. Well, I don't
keep up.
All right, this was 2 weeks ago. Then they opened. Did they open with the New Day?
Yeah, they did. Which I was very surprised about.
That's right. They did open with the New Day Fatal 4-Way. The New Day went over and retained their titles cleanly, if I'm not mistaken.
And it was a really, really good match.
That was a good match.
It was.
The ref kind of fucked up in it. I remember one time he hit a three count.
Everybody thought
on the
that
rocket
and
launcher.
Zoe Cass went over.
It wasn't the ref's fault. The ref has to count 3. If he pulls his hand, the crowd will see it.
Yeah.
He cannot pull his hand. He counts 3. That's what it is. Now, if he counts 3 and he's got to keep going.
Yeah.
That's just what it is.
And he did, and the
crowd
caught it, and they started going.
That was 3. Yeah.
The problem is that I think Big Cass had to either pull somebody out, like somebody missed their
spot. I think it was one of the Bullet Club that was supposed to pull.
They were supposed to pull him off.
Yeah, they were supposed to pull Enzo off,
and it was for a 3 count. And so so your unofficial champion.
And again, we're looking at who's all in that ring together, and Kofi is the vet.
Luke Gallows is got as much in
That's
true.
Yeah,
but I mean, as far as being up in the WWE,
Luke Gallows has also been there too. He was there,
but not as long as Kofi.
Not consecutively.
I would agree with Dante though that Kofi is the vet in that ring. Period.
I mean, like he's the one that's been with the WWE the longest. Yeah, but you know,
Kofi could. The thing is, a match like that's hard to fucking lead. You have to fucking. That's tough. But all in all, it was a good match. I enjoyed it. The New Day went over. Then we had Baron Corbin defeating Dolph Ziggler for the 50 millionth time.
Why is Baron Corbin on the main roster? And I said this to big dick, and I said this to Dante. I'm going to say this to everybody who listens to me on the podcast. Baron Corbin reminds me of a created wrestler on any professional wrestling game that doesn't have all of his unlocks unlocked.
Yeah.
He's just generic wrestler number fucking 35.
Johnny Kick-Ass.
And
Yeah.
all he doesn't even do any wrestling moves. That was one of the things we were...
Punches, kicks, and slams.
Yeah, it's a. I mean, like he's
You're not Cena, dude. Come
He's a
on.
created wrestler that doesn't have all of his unlocks.
Yeah.
Okay. Even his ring entrance is generic. His fucking
person. He doesn't even have a personality.
He's got the personality of fucking Bannister.
I got a Poland Spring bottle that's probably got more personality right now. Okay, but
His music is generic. Do you even know his music?
No.
Oh, okay. Because I'm like, you're just riffing it off, and I'm like, damn, that's more than I know.
No, I'm just making shit up. It sounded like it though, right?
Right? I would have believed
That's the fucking point.
it. I mean, Christ Almighty. And
he is so Johnny generic.
and you look at him, and he smolders with
Generic rage. Yeah, it's just like, no, go away. And apparently, what you told me, there's rumors that people just don't like him, man. He's an asshole. Like, he's a legit clown.
And he'll tell you he's an asshole
Yeah.
to your face.
Yeah, but that doesn't make you a better person. Like, just because you tell somebody you're an asshole.
Some people wear it as a badge.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like he genuinely, at least from what I've seen and heard,
How do you
it's
get there?
he believes that since he does professional sports, that he's better than certain people.
But
Yeah,
see, that's
well.
the thing about this business is that 9 times out of 10, if you show that type of attitude, especially down in the indies, you don't go anywhere.
Yeah.
So in order for this guy with this generic, just bland wrestling, he's there because of his height.
He has to be.
That's
Yeah,
got
he's
because
big.
it's not
He's
because of his
big. He's
hairline.
He's big. Yeah, no, yeah,
Yeah,
for
that
real.
hairline's got to,
Yeah, you put if you were to put Big Cass and Baron Corbin side by side, the vast differences of one who's going to make it to possibly. One will eventually carry the world strap. The other one will be fucking forgotten.
But he doesn't even deserve to be up in the main roster.
No,
he
I
really
agree.
should be back down in NXT.
gotta work on
he's
his
got a
shit.
fucking shitty attitude, and he doesn't belong
And
in
that's
my
why I
fucking
don't
beloved
understand why.
business.
Who's giving him the push?
Yeah.
Who's
Somebody's pushing him.
Whose
yeah.
dick is he sucking
Yeah.
to get that push?
Apparently,
Because-
because Dolph is a company guy, he'll do the job. He doesn't care.
Yeah, he don't
okay,
give a shit.
Dolph is a good guy like that. Okay,
Yep.
but apparently nobody else wants to wrestle this asshole. That's why he keeps facing Dolph. He's
Yeah.
faced Dolph for the past 3 months.
Well, let's see who's gonna work tonight.
Well, we're gonna find out.
He's got to work. See, here's the thing: they got to work. They got to have him work somebody different, because the crowd's going to eventually get bored of fucking watching him beat on Dolph. So who are you going to try to feed to him?
Who do you feed?
Who do you feed to him? And what are you going to feed? You going to feed our
Social outcasts.
Yeah, you feed any of the social outcasts.
Yeah.
That's you got guys there who are
Enhancement talent.
Are-
Just say the words.
they're enhancement talent.
I mean,
And some guys have a really there's like a big disdain or bad taste to the word enhancement talent. And you know what? Guys like Iron Mike Sharp or Steve Lombardi or I can't remember another one off the top of my head, but these are guys. Oh, Barry Horowitz. Okay, these are guys back in the '90s that had a name about themselves. Okay, and had no problem putting over other people. And you know what? If it wasn't for fucking guys like Barry Horowitz, guys like fucking Steve Lombardi, or guys like Iron Mike Sharp, fucking a lot of the '90s guys who quote unquote made it, even though you don't hear about them anymore, would have never have fucking been.
yeah.
Fucking, I can't tell you how many times fucking Undertaker got put over by fucking jobbers on
Oh yeah.
superstars.
They
and whatnot.
they pushed him real hard.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing, but I'm just noticing. I'm listening to you talk, and every other word out of your mouth is fucking. Fucking fuck.
Shit.
You
Just
fucking
You
fuck.
fucking fuck, you
You
motherfucker!
you
Yeah.
Tell that fucker that he fucking stinks and he wants to wear a fucking jacket. That's an inside joke, folks. We won't tell that one. But anyway,
Yeah.
but anyway, we'll move
I'm just
on.
sorry. I just found it really funny that you're just like fucking.
No,
He stinks, and your gimmick stinks, and everything about you stinks. You fucking
You
stink.
fucking stink.
Your soul is dog shit. Everything about you is fucking ugly. There's fucking again.
Yeah, see?
All right, so Charlotte and Dana Brooke went over Natty and Becky Lynch, and this was one of the throwaway matches of the night. It's not that it was a bad match.
No.
It was just a throwaway match. and Natty turned heel.
Which, to me, it signifies that Natty's going to be given one last run. Maybe she'll get the title, I don't know, but at the very least, they're going to give her one last push, and then she's going to either go to NXT, she's going to end up doing training at the Performance Center.
Yeah.
Because Tyson's probably never coming back.
No, yeah, I mean, that's the big rumor that Tyson's just can't make it. Yeah, he can't do it.
I mean, you fused your two, C1 and C2 of your neck.
It's over. Yeah.
It's not worth it.
I came that close to being fused, and I'm thankful that they didn't. I mean, I've got a piece of metal in there that got a ball joint, but the first thing they were talking about was fusing my neck, and I'm like, if you do that, I'm going to lose a huge amount of my life, and I got lucky. I got very lucky.
Yeah, your health is not worth it. I mean, I looked at because obviously I watch Total Divas because for many reasons. Okay, just get your fucking smile off your face. Okay, I watch it, and you know what? I'll say I watch it. So fuck everybody. But looking at the house they live in, they're not hurting for money.
No, they're okay.
So I mean, like he could do many other things.
No, they're fine. It's a shame because he was just with him and Cesaro.
They were starting. Oh man, it was
so
good.
It was just getting good.
It's so sad how that wheel will just spin sometimes, and the luck will go in one way, and then just as some of these guys get going, and then they get that shitty turn of the wheel, and that's.
Yeah, it's like you watch a good pot of stew, and you're watching it start to bubble up, and then it's gone.
Someone cuts the power.
Yeah, like same thing with Emma. Emma's another one that supposedly is not coming back ever again.
She's retiring because of back injuries.
Yeah, and that's a shame because she just got done with the stupid fucking dance gimmick, and she started doing something really good with the fucking new character that she had.
Yeah, that edgy. Yeah, and it worked. It definitely did work. It was just
they should bring her back. Not necessarily. Maybe as a mouthpiece, or maybe as arm candy to somebody.
Emma?
Why not? I mean, they have her as a.
She deserves better than be arm candy.
Yes, she does. But I would hate to see somebody of her talent just be washed away.
She's the one who's choosing to walk away.
Yeah.
It's not like they're like, okay,
they're not pushing her out the door.
Yeah, they're not pushing her out the door. She's leaving on her own accord.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but
it's a shame. It sucks, but sometimes that's the fucking industry. Mm-hmm. Apollo Crews went over on Sheamus, which I expected. They're starting to push Apollo Crews. They want him to develop. First off, they need to change his music.
I was just about to say, get rid of that shit fucking generic fucking creative wrestling.
Yeah, no, he needs.
Once again, it could be the music
that could be Baron Corbin's.
Yeah, and you know what? I could believe it.
But no, he's got talent. He can't really talk that well yet, but you can work on that. But
Bobby Lashley couldn't talk either.
Hey man, I'm gonna kick your butt.
I was just watching him on TNA the other night. Oh god, or sorry, Impact Wrestling.
TNA,
that's fine.
Oh, it was horrible.
But he talks like the fucking clean cut guy that they're making him out to be. That's how he talks.
Yes.
Okay. I don't know if they set up the character around the way that he just talks naturally, or if he's actually doing that type of talking because of the character that they gave him.
We do know that he could slug it out.
Oh, yeah. Who did he...
Adam Rose.
Adam Rose. Okay, so Adam Rose... Well, it was an Adam Rose and Apollo Crews match a few weeks ago. This is before Adam Rose got released, okay? And Adam Rose made the mistake of, in the middle of the match, slapping Apollo Crews in the back of the head while he was hungover.
Now,
like he was down on the knees. Now, yeah, he's the Rook. He's the FNG. Okay? That's fine. But maybe don't do that to a guy who could probably eat you for breakfast. Okay? Because Adam Rose is about, the size of my fucking pinky compared to Apollo Crews. Mm-hmm. And Apollo Crews got up and he gave him a fucking straight right to the jaw. Okay,
it got JBL to go. Good God!
Yeah. There was no pull, and you know what? Adam didn't do it again.
No, as a matter of fact, nobody has slapped him.
No, nobody does. I think Sheamus did.
Sheamus did once, but he could take it.
Yeah, but Sheamus could take it.
Sheamus likes it stiff.
Yeah, he likes that stiff. It's fine. But yeah, oh man,
Adam went fucking spaghetti leg.
He went boom, 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 boom.
Like Glass Joe from fucking Mike Tyson's Punch Out.
You You don't fucking. You gotta have a little smarts, okay? You can't be doing that.
But it's gonna be interesting to see how they develop Apollo Crews. Apollo Crews has the ability.
He's great in the ring.
He's got the in-ring ability to make it to world champion status. He has that.
Yeah, he's got the talent.
I don't know if
he's got the look.
He's got the look. He's got the talent.
But
his personality. He's got. He kind of got to
get
edge
on
to him.
He'll work on it. Again, he's still
Sure.
young. So,
but I want you to think of Rocky Maivia when he first came out.
Oh,
he had the look. He had the ability, but his fucking gimmick was like
his gimmick was the shit.
His gimmick was shitty.
Yeah.
So I mean, like
tassels on.
Gotta give Apollo Crews some time to fucking like get that stew going. You gotta get that bubble.
Rocky Maivia looked like he dove into a box of confetti and he's like, "This is my outfit," and walked out. Okay, that's what it looked like. Okay,
this is my outfit.
Let's see. AJ Styles defeated John Cena, which was a great match.
Yeah, you took John Cena in this match.
I did take John. I took John because I didn't think they were going to have John lose his first match back.
Super Cena!
Yeah, I didn't think they were going to have him do that, but it ended up being AJ Styles goes over with the help of the Bullet Club. I mean, he goes over dirty, but he goes over nonetheless. And that, of course, is setting up the next rematch at Battleground. And then moving on, the most important match of the night, except for the main event, was the Money in the Bank match. Dean Ambrose went over, okay? Mm-hmm. And this was the match of the night.
Yes, I'll give you that.
Okay, the Money in the Bank match was the match of the fucking night. Back and forth. I mean, all that talent in the ring, it's got to be good, right? I mean, that's a lot of talent in that fucking ring for it not to be good.
You know what? 9 times out of 10, when it comes to a match like that, you can tell who's the one that's going over. Okay,
I couldn't tell.
Yeah, you know, whether in the middle of the match you can just have a funny feeling this is the guy who's going over.
Yeah.
Or walking into it, there's no other fucking way they're going to push anybody else in here. Genuinely, other than Alberto Del Rio and Jericho, everybody else could have taken the Money in the Bank.
Yeah, everybody was viable.
Everybody was viable, minus Alberto Del Rio and Chris Jericho.
Yeah.
I mean, they're like, I'm not taking anything from the talent or anything.
No, they're fantastic. It's just they've had their day. They've had their day. Yeah.
They've been there for a while. Yeah. They've had their belts.
It's time to put over the young guys.
Yeah, okay. And I had called Dean Ambrose.
You did call Dean.
I
liked Kevin Owens.
I thought it was going to be Cesaro.
Yeah. I liked Kevin Owens. And for a minute, all three of us might have been correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, like, there was even one time where, like, Sami Zayn was by himself, and I'm like,
shit, Sammy's going over.
Sammy's going over.
Yeah. So, but ended up Dean Ambrose did get it. Crowd popped huge.
Oh,
I mean, they really love Dean, and we're going to get to that in a second. Rusev went over on Titus O'Neil by submission. That was a quick, how long match? 8 minutes?
Yeah, but here's the thing about that. There was a lot of family interaction by Titus, and then Rusev came out and was basically like, haha, your dad's a loser.
Yeah.
You know, and
the kid shoved him a little bit.
Kid hit him on his arm, and like, man, fuck that. Kid's got to be ejected. You don't touch the wrestlers.
Yeah.
No, fuck you.
He gets a pass on that one.
He does. He gets a pass.
He gets a pass on that one.
Yeah, let's be serious. It's probably already talked about.
Yeah.
It's already okay. When he comes over and starts yelling at you, you smack him. Okay.
Just a little bit. Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
But let's put it this way: if you don't know you don't go smacking Rusev. That's
a poor decision.
That's a dumb idea.
But now there is a feud going between Titus O'Neil and Rusev. They'll probably have a rematch at Battleground.
It's probably going to make all the way to WrestleMania, where I think they'll put the strap on
Titus,
absolutely.
See, I thought Titus was going to leave, but I guess not, because they're giving him a kind of a push.
Yeah, I'm sorry that Vince fucking blew his top, and nobody. He's king of the mountain. So if he says this happens, you got to go.
Yeah, Triple H is like, look, just go away, be with your family for a little while, come on back, I'll take care of you.
Yeah, we'll take care of you. Put the belt on you. Son, just you know what? Have a fucking 60-day vacation.
Yeah, you're getting paid. Don't worry about it. Yeah. But, so with our main event, getting through Money in the Bank here, Seth Rollins went over clean in the middle of the ring, no outside interference, on Roman Reigns.
Sure did.
Went over clean.
Crowd went apeshit for that.
They went ape for it.
Happy.
Made Roman look weak as shit, okay? But 3 minutes after he fucking wins, out comes Dean Ambrose wanting to cash in, nails him with the briefcase, cashes in, hits Dirty D's as soon as the bell rings. Dean Ambrose is now our champion.
Yay!
Okay. And you know what? I think it's a very good thing.
It is.
Oh, it is. Because there's so much you can do with this.
Yeah.
Because now it keeps Dean kind of like that in-between guy. You got Seth definitely going face, and I'm sure when Roman comes back, he'll be total heel.
Yeah.
You'd hope, because nobody likes him.
Speaking of Roman coming back, the reason he has to come back...
Which I'm sure a lot of people already know,
Yeah,
since we're kind of late on this.
About a week.
He failed a wellness exam. According to their wellness policy, he'll be suspended for 30 days. Which, of course, kind of borks the main event at Battleground because it was supposed to be a triple threat between him, Ambrose, and Seth Rollins for the title. I don't know what they're going to do. Raw's going to come on in about a half hour. We're going to be watching it. I am curious as to what they're going to do.
Well, we had talked about that. We were like, oh, well, who could they put in there?
Kevin Owens. That's
Kevin
the first name
Owens
that
for
came to my name.
Yeah.
Came to mind.
But
Kevin
is that
Owens.
Because we're just really on the Kevin Owens bandwagon?
No,
No,
because
he's
he's
getting
already
pushed.
he's already been pushing for that. He's been knocked down, and then when Seth came back and said, "I deserve my chance," and Kevin's like, "Well, I want my chance too,"
Yeah.
and
Here's what I think is probably going to happen. They'll keep it a singles match going into
yeah.
Battleground. And then the triple threat match is the main event at SummerSlam.
Oh, it should. Number one, it should have been the main event at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
I don't know why they jumped the gun at Battleground, but I would say you plug in Kevin Owens somehow because he was already an IC champ. Okay, he skipped over the U.S. title
But why are you plugging it in?
because Kevin Owens.
Take Kevin Owens out. Why does it have to be a triple threat?
Because you want to deliver. That's why you want to deliver. And
Seth and Dean will deliver.
I'm not saying they can't. I'm saying that adding Kevin Owens doesn't subtract. I think it adds.
I think it's just a desperate.
No.
Because we need somebody to put in there. I don't think he doesn't need to be.
You
in that
can
match.
write it in where something happens. Okay? This is fucking wrestling, okay? We got people giving birth to hands and shit, okay? All right?
Harken back to the day.
Okay. We got people giving birth to hands.
Gobbledygook.
Chocolate baby.
We can do whatever we want, okay?
Gobbledygooker.
The gobbledyfucking gooker, all right? All I'm saying is, it's clear they're pushing Kevin Owens hard. They are.
Yes.
He's been pushed since he came up, okay?
He can talk. He can work. He's got a fucking personality.
Yeah, and he may not look like Apollo Crews or something, but no one cares.
I love the absolute brattiness.
Well, yeah, I love that, but I think it's a lot different. I explained it to Kryim the other day. He's a working man's heel.
Just like Austin was.
Okay, he's a working man's heel. He in his interviews he said, "I will do this for my family because there's more money for my family." Okay, yeah, he's a fucking asshole. He plays a great asshole, but he's a working man's heel, and I think that's a very unique thing to be.
So he's if you want to equate him to somebody like a character on TV, you could equate him to like Jax Teller then. Not saying like he's gonna kill people,
No.
but I'm just saying like he's a family guy and he does bad things because he needs to protect his family.
Yeah, I could do that. Yeah, that's fine. I can go with that.
And for those who don't understand a reference, you might want to...
Oh,
Sons of Anarchy.
Sons of Anarchy.
There you
Great,
go.
it was a pretty good show. But I would plug in Kevin Owens just to add to the talent, to deliver on the triple threat, and it's not like you're plugging in Joe Schmo, okay?
I'm not saying
No
that.
one wants to see Roman. No one wants to see Roman.
I understand
okay?
that. I just think it doesn't need to be a triple threat match. It doesn't. Because if you just, it's like you're just plugging somebody in to be a.
I disagree.
Third combatant.
This is what you do. You make it the triple threat. Roman comes back, interrupts the triple threat somehow.
Can't. He's got a 30-day.
Yeah, but when is Battleground?
Okay.
Okay.
June 20. Hold on.
No, July something, right? July 24th. Okay, and he was suspended, what, 2 days ago?
No, a few days ago.
Yeah.
He might just eke that.
He might just make
eke
it.
in.
So this is what you do. You plug in Kevin Owens, right?
Okay.
You got the triple threat, okay? Let's say Kevin Owens is about to go over. Let's just say that, okay? Roman Reigns comes in, messes it up, spears Kevin Owens or some shit, and then Dean retains.
Right.
Okay? Now you set up a fatal four-way for the fucking SummerSlam.
No.
Why?
Because Kevin, you're trying to add something into a story that doesn't need to be there.
Yeah, everybody wants to see the Shield by themselves. I get it.
That's exactly what this is.
But
No
one wants to see Roman. The idea behind the Shield is great, but people seem to forget. People fucking hate Roman. They don't hate Roman because he's a heel, and they don't hate Roman because he's Superman. They just don't like him. Okay? No one wants to see him in the ring.
Right.
So you might as well add somebody that people do want to see.
To me,
you want to sell tickets? Do you want to sell tickets?
I don't think that would sell as good as anything else. It's adding a wheel that doesn't need to belong there.
I don't know. I disagree on that. But that was Money in the Bank, and that's the forthcoming. Battlegrounds is, like you said, July 24th.
Yeah, July 24th. Right now, the only thing that's been signed is Dean Ambrose, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and we don't know whether or not.
Yeah, we don't know what's going to happen there. So.
Card is subject to change.
Card is always subject to change. Does anybody else have anything here? What
you went to Philly, didn't you?
Yeah. I went to Philly last weekend. Oh my God. There's just so much walking.
Well, there's a lot to see in Philly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and none of it's close to each other. I swear I must have walked like 8 miles in 2 days. But it was fun.
Yeah.
I mean, finally got to see the Motor Museum.
Okay.
I for somebody who loves macabre and dark, and I mean, I even got a 1930s, 40s book of like homicide photos. You know, I've got every book you could think of on any type of serial killer or bizarre killings, anything like that. But for some reason, that museum really bothered me.
Yeah,
really.
And I was surprised by it, and I think it's because it's one thing to see, you know, adult bodies displayed in certain ways, but there were so many children and infants in jars because they were born with certain birth defects, and they actually had, I would say, probably a newborn and maybe a 2.5 to 3 year old child just skinned and filleted wide open so you could see what the inside. I mean, like, there's a certain. I understand it's all for medical, but there's just, you know, it's just when you're a parent and you see children. I think maybe if I wasn't a parent, it wouldn't bother me as much. But when you have your own kid and you see that, and you're like, wow, that could have been my possibility.
Right.
That little kid in that jar.
See, I couldn't.
It was It was very, very rough.
See, I know what the Motor Museum is, and I couldn't go in there.
No, you would not.
I wouldn't dig it.
You wouldn't have liked it.
It's not my scene.
They had an entire exhibit, but they did have some cool exhibits. Like they had the Grimm Fairy Tales exhibit, where they showed like the correlations of diseases then and what we've shown in the stories.
Yeah.
Also, how Lewis Carroll added to with Alice in Wonderland, and it was all about mental illness.
Oh yeah.
I didn't even realize that. I mean, that the book really correlates and how that goes. And they had another one about the wounds and other things that happened during the Civil War. And some of that shit was rough.
Yeah, that was probably a little rough.
Stepping back into that past lifetime, yeah, it was a little rough.
Well, we were watching the Borgias once, and we.
With the chain shot.
With the chain shot.
With the chain shot cannonballs. Let me tell you.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
You see that coming at you, you just cry. Because you ain't gonna get out the way.
No.
There's no out of the way.
There's no out of the way. You just disappear into a puddle of pink mist. Like it was just.
Let me set the tone as to what we're talking about. So there was a TV show. It was called The Borgias. Basically, it follows
Showtime.
Right?
Showtime.
Yeah, Showtime. And basically, the scene we're talking about is the King of France is trying to march his way down to, what was it, Sicily or
Rome?
They were trying to march his way down to Rome, and at the time they had cannons and chain shot. And
Italy didn't have cannons.
Italy didn't have cannons at the time. And
now, real quick though, for those who don't understand what chain shot is,
okay.
let us pirates explain that to you. Yes. What it is, it's 2 cannonballs attached with a chain. Then you shove that in the cannon.
Yeah.
And you get that in there really good. And let me tell you, it'll rip masts apart. It'll rip holes into the side of ships. And as you were watching in the Borgias.
Okay, so basically the king is now marching down to Rome, and he's trying to conquer Rome. And at the time, there was no real heavy artillery. So people were, basically when it came to cannon, they were set to take down walls. That's what cannons were for. So what happened was the head of the Holy Roman Army decides, like, you know what? If we take the walls away from them, they can't use the cannon.
Yeah, it's useless.
It's useless. And everybody was like, "Oh, that's brilliant! Brilliant! That's brilliant!" So they lined up. The entire army lined up in their entire battalion.
Of course.
Silly English roads.
Yeah. Okay. Also, let's put it this way: France's army is just massive. Okay, it's clearly like 10 times the size of the fucking army of the Papal States.
Yeah. And
he lines up the cannons. And he fires this chain shot, and bad things happen.
No more legs.
Okay. People were in half.
It was pretty rough. That was probably the roughest scene in the first season.
It was like the biggest historical guffaw there is. Yeah. It's like, oh, if there's no walls, they can't use their cannon. Which the king was like, yeah.
Pow!
I could think of another battle guffaw.
What's that?
Pickett's Charge.
Well, Pickett's Charge, yeah.
Yeah, let's put 6,000 guys through a fucking tiny fence and bottleneck them so they're just all sitting ducks, and let's just shoot them all down. That's what happened at Pickett's Charge.
But it was. I mean, like, they were going after something. These motherfuckers were just standing still, hoping.
They stood there. They stood there and took it. Like, hey, boss, it's coming. Mm-hmm. Maybe orders or. I could probably just go. Ah! Okay, that was it. Okay.
Do you think like the King of France was just like, these motherfuckers just standing here?
Shit,
because they don't know what's coming.
People say there ain't no such thing as a free lunch. Fire. Okay. That was it. Fucking.
So let me think of some other things we saw.
Yeah.
We were going to go see the Liberty Bell, but the line was too long for that. It was fucking too hot to stand in a stupid line to look at a goddamn bell. Our favorite place was the Reading Market Terminal.
Okay.
Oh my god. It's a foodie's paradise, people. Foodie's paradise. Between barbecue, Amish food, baked goods, everything and anything you want to find there, you can. I mean, even to authentic Cajun, right out of New Orleans food. I mean, I had a muffaletta. I was so happy. The beignets were all right, but it's not home. But
you had muffaletta, and you brought home.
And I brought you home some muffaletta. You were so happy.
It was very good.
You're so happy. Yeah.
It had tapenade.
I love that tapenade.
It's not tapenade. It's an olive salad. That's what they call it.
Oh, it's called olive salad.
It's an Italian olive salad.
Oh.
It's got
I like saying tapenade.
I know you do.
It's nothing like tapenade and football going together.
Because it smells like tapenade. Hey, same guy in both commercials.
But
there was another thing we wanted to talk about.
What's that?
One of the shows that we're watching.
Oh, Preacher.
Really, really digging it. I was a little confused in the beginning because I have not read the comic, which now I think I'm gonna.
Yeah, it's a decent.
But for all of you who have been watching it, can we all agree that last night's what the fuck moment?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
What's his name? Odin.
Odin something or other.
Yeah, he's the guy that owns the cattle.
Yeah.
Cattle Electric Ranch.
Yeah. And he straight up opens fire on.
How is that serving God? Can you explain that to me?
Like the entire basically. Okay, so here's the premise of Preacher. So basically, this guy who's he's almost like a black ops merc. Okay, he's kind of like a gun for hire. Mm-hmm. Decides to come back home and take up his dad's job of being the town's preacher. In doing so, there was an entity that now enveloped his body, and if you read the comic, you know that the entity is what is known as Genesis. It's a offspring of an angel and a demon. Mm-hmm. Okay, but you haven't found that out in the TV show yet.
They're just starting to hit on
spoilers.
What it is.
Yeah, spoilers. Yeah. So basically, what happens is he has now the ability, which he calls the Word of God, which is he has the ability to make people do exactly what he says. And problem is that he makes them do it exactly to a T. Mm. And he had talked to this Odin gentleman before, and he gave him the 2 words: serve God. and now he's gonna serve God now. But we don't know.
Will you serve God?
Yeah, but
I will serve.
He's gonna serve God, and whatever he did, like he's like the entire episode. This last episode, he was pleasant as punch. He was happy. He was good. And then he said
apologizing
and he
for everything.
Gave everybody brandy, and he's like, "Oh, okay. Do you guys want to start talking business? Okay." Takes out a shotgun. Blam, 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 blam. Like, ooh, what the fuck happened?
Oh,
but
he's serving God real hard.
That was
He's serving it up hot.
That was also the second what the fuck, but that was a major what the fuck. The first what the fuck was when Preacher brought the kid to the house of the girl who was in the coma.
He said serving it up hot.
He was serving up hot lead sandwiches, man. Putting that shit right in the gut.
Arseface.
Oh yeah, Arseface.
When he brought Arseface to see the girl.
I do like the fact that, whenever Arseface talks, they do have captions because you can't understand him.
I can understand him though. That's the scary part.
I get kind of disturbed looking at him. Like,
Well,
but that's the whole object of it. They want it to be that shocking, and because you see how he's ostracized by the whole town and how it affects his father being the sheriff.
His father told him to go kill himself. Finish what you fucking started.
It was so sad.
Ooh, that was harsh.
It was a rough episode yesterday.
Jesus Christ.
I think we should update. We should talk about Preacher now for when we do our podcast.
Let's
it goes along with the Fallen Angels thing.
Yeah, let's scare everybody. Fuck it.
Just like
Duh.
But we got Raw coming on in 10 minutes. I am curious as to see what they're going to do. We'll go ahead and wrap it up here. For Kryim. What, Dante?
And
what?
just really quick, in case we don't do anything this Sunday, I'd like to wish you a very happy birthday.
Oh,
happy birthday
to you.
Thank you.
It's
your birthday's going to be on Wednesday.
That is correct.
That's right.
Wednesday 29th is Big Dick's birthday. Feel free to, if you see him on the street, give him a hug. He loves that.
Don't do that.
You should definitely do that.
Or just, put a thing on our wall wishing him a happy birthday. That'd be kind of cool. I think he'd really appreciate that.
Do that.
Truth be told, he also does like the Bushwhackers, so if you want to go ahead and lick his face, you can do that too.
No. No, you may not. But for Kryim,
that's me,
and for Dante,
yep.
I'm Big Dick Gideon, and we will see you all next week.
Hopefully.